So I watched the Monday mystery movie Nuremberg today, and I realized how much psychiatrists and Nazis in this movie was really about how psychiatrists were used as a means to get all the information from the Nazis that actually were taken and literally transposed after the war ended. Basically, saying that anybody that was still alive were imprisoned, and if they had anything of an ounce of anything to actually stay on their own end, somebody would be there to befriend them, but any of their words would actually still be used against them. Just like when a cop says anything you say will be used against you, you'll have somebody protect you on your side. That's not true at all. So the law isn't necessarily the law. It's a lie law. It's a lie law. And I think literally that's what laws are. Germany really showed that, during the war, during the Second World War. But America showed that during the First World War by making Germany fall into what it did turn into, which this movie talked about as well. And also going into other parts of that in the how religion did that too. Let's get into that. One moment. One thing I thought that was really important to see in this film, which I didn't have a perception of until now, is the momentum before of the past, even in jokes, in passing, is always to see religion as like, well, the perception of the religious community is that they always were on the Nazi side at the beginning of the Second World War because they signed off on it right away. Okay. But at the end of it, that view changed. I think that's the immediacy of everything. That if we change our views, that first immediate one matters most. Like for myself, for example, I'm not even going to bring up the Nazis at this point and the religious side at this point because we grow up religiously. And I guess really what it comes down to is like we can always bring up the idea of like, you know what, if there's absolutism on it, there's always going to be. You know, if you're going to see my skin color and say, well, I can't be around someone white, then I understand that. And that has nothing to do with even the idea of like, reverse racism or anything like that. I'm actually just talking in general. I mean that in the sense of like, if someone has hurt you and you make an absolute statement in your mind to not be around that, good. Stick with it. I'm not trying to displace that from you. What I have learned is this, especially from this movie, is that laws are transmagnifying and literally hurting now because basically laws are being used as a manipulation tool and they're not being stopped. So that's what I've learned now from this film, and it really hurts. It sucks. This doesn't excuse anything. I realize what I'm saying is this, is that the religion doesn't get an excuse. United States doesn't get an excuse. Germany doesn't get an excuse. That's not what any of this is saying. But now I understand what the absolutism of the past, of thinking in the past term, got me. Absolutely nothing. It got me absolutely nowhere. Because it helped me not to understand something. It actually left out a lot of material that I should have known, including one line later on by Hermann Horn, the leader right under Hitler, when he was talking to the psychiatrist here and literally told the psychiatrist that at one point, you're going to not end up in the position you want to be in. All because he's using the second in command of Hitler to get where he wants to go. He's not doing it for himself. He's not doing it because he has the potential to see himself as good. He sees himself as powerful. He only sees the other person as powerful. And that's the problem. When we only see the other person as the powerful one, we're not seeing ourselves. And that's where the failure is. That's where that goes. And that's what I saw with this movie. That it's all about when you lose that personal power, you're done. You're done.